Hey folks, welcome back to another video of the Flutter development course brought to you by Newton School. My name is Harsh Kumar Khatri and I am currently working as a Flutter developer at Alihoop, and I have worked as an intern at Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, and I have also been an ex-Flutter developer intern at a firm named AppScript, where my primary goal was to work on Flutter applications. And apart from that, I am also an instructor and educator on Udemy and EduNX, where my Flutter development courses have more than 40,000 plus enrollments, so you can check them out as well. Now, talking about what Newton School is. So basically, Newton School is a platform that helps you to learn and grow your skills that you need for your best tech career. They have courses specifically designed for freshers, working professionals, and for women with no prior experience in tech. Newton School first trains you for 6 months and helps you become a full stack developer. They also have a network of 300 plus great companies who hire directly from Newton School. So once your training is complete, Newton School ensures that you are placed with one of the best firms in the country. And apart from that, they are also having a pay after placement program where you don't have to pay anything to Newton School until and unless you are placed with a minimum CTC of 5 lakh rupees per annum. So that is a pretty great thing. They also have another amazing initiative known as Launchpad, where you are provided with some of the courses for free of cost, and you can learn about those courses and also get a certificate of completion after completing the courses. So make sure to check out Newton School and Launchpad through the link given in the description. Talking about what will be covered in this video. So in this video, we'll be starting with a UI project. So we'll be working on an artistic UI. We'll be seeing and we'll be working on the screen one for this particular project in this video, and we'll be continuing with the remaining 2 screens in the upcoming videos. So this is how the screen looks for that project. You can see over here on the right hand side, we have 2 rectangles which are appearing over here, and an image of a woman who is thinking, a semicircle appearing on the top, and some extra widgets which are appearing here in the bottom. So we'll be working on each of these widgets in this particular video, and I'll be showing you how you can add these things inside your app with the help of Flutter UI, and how you can create this UI in Flutter. So basically, yeah, we'll be working on it. And now let me switch my screen without wasting any more time, and let's start working on this. So here you can see that I have switched my screen and have opened the app which we are going to work on in this video. So I'll be starting this video by working on the screen one. So for that, I have opened this main.dart file over here, and I'll be removing the dat code which we will not be needing for this video. Next up, creating a screen1.dart file where I'll be importing the material.dart and creating a stateful widget with the name of screen1. Replacing the my home page with screen1, as we have already created this widget inside the screen1.dart file. Next up, importing that, and now going inside the screen1.dart file, and you can see on the emulator it shows a black screen. I'll be replacing the container with a scaffold and adding a body which will be having a stack at first, then a children which will be of a type container, having height as media query.ofcontext.size.height, which will occupy entire height, and the width would also be on a same format to occupy the entire width that is available inside the mobile screen. Next up, fixing some errors, and next I'll be adding a color. So the color would be of white, and after that the rectangle which will be needed. So for that, I'll be adding a padding at first, which will be of a kind edge insets dot only, and from the top I'll be adding a padding of 150, and for the child of this padding I'll be adding a transform dot rotate, because we need to add some kind of rotations over there. For that, I have added the transform dot rotate, and I have added the value which I'll be needing. So for calculating the value, I have added it in a pi format so that the rounding could also occur over there. And yeah, you can directly copy the thing which I have added over here, so that you don't face any issue while creating this angle. And if you want to change the angle by yourself, then you can try and play with these values which I have specified, so that you can also get, or you can also learn about what the angles are and how the value would be changing if you will be replacing one of these value with your value. So you can do that as well. Now moving towards the child, for this transform.rotate, I'll be adding a container which will be having a height of 105, and after that I need to import mat.dart, and I'll be importing that as math. Sorry, my bad. So I'll be using that over here, and for the width I'll be specifying the media query width, that would be taking the entire width available. So for color, it will be from RGBO, that stands for red, blue, green, and opacity. So I'll be adding that. For red the value would be 177. For G that's green, it would be 35. For blue it would be 65. And for the opacity, as I want the entire opacity to be available, I'll be adding it as 1 and saving it. You can see over here that the rectangle has appeared on the screen, and it is in a format that's pretty nice, I would say. Like it's matching the UI which we are going to create in this video. And yeah, now let's move towards the next part of this padding. That's the semicircle on the top, for which I'll be adding a container at first, which will be having a height of 48. Next up, there would be width of 48 as well, and some decoration which takes a box decoration. For the shape, I am specifying it as box shape dot circle, because we are entirely creating a circle, so that's the need for adding a circle over there. Next up, the color would be of a type black, and you can see that the circle appeared on the top left corner of the screen. So for that, I am adding a padding to get it at the bottom. And after that, the padding would be of 35 from top and left would be 2. After which I am adding a border for the rectangle, because in the UI you must have seen that there were some borders as well along with the rectangle. So I need to add that over here, for which I'll be specifying a container which will be having some decoration of type box decoration. And this container would be having some borders, as I've already specified that we are creating the border for this container or for this rectangle, so that's why it needs a border. So for the same, I have specified border, and the border would be from all the sides, and the color for this border would be specifically white, and the width for the border would be 25. So this will provide some borders like around this container. And you can see that earlier when we have created this rectangle only, so that time there were some spaces which were like available from the left and right side, and after adding the border, those spaces have gone away. And for the circle as well, which was appearing on the top, it was entire circle, and now it is in the half format only, like only the half of the circle is appearing over here. So yeah, now we need to create some files for the screen one. So for that, I have added another folder over here, or you can say that another directory over here, which we'll be using to store the files. And that's why I've added the directory with the name of assets, but by mistake I have added it inside the lib directory, so I'll be moving it out in the root folder. And inside the assets, I'll be adding, or I'll be needing this image of a woman who is thinking. So I'll be adding that woman under the specified assets directory. And after that, I need to enable the assets directory as well, which I have already taught you in some of the previous videos, the initial videos which I have made, where I have shown you how you can add different directories for enabling local images or audios inside your project. So if you haven't checked them out, you can check them out as well. And yeah, let me enable those quickly, and running the flutter pub-get command. After that, moving back to the screen1.dart file, and herein I'll be adding the image, for which I'll be specifying a container at first. And this container would be having a padding. The padding would be 35 from top, and for the child of this container, there will be an image which will be of a height 325. So you can if you are not getting the appropriate UI, you can try changing the values of the heights and widths I am taking. Although the things which I am telling over here, or which I am specifying over here, are the tested ones, and these are resulting in providing you with an appropriate UI. So yeah, you can never mind check these things as well if you are facing any issues or overflows inside your UI. And after that, the width would be infinity, because we want the image to occupy the entire width which is available. And there it goes, we are having a basic error over here, which is saying that image cannot be equals to null. So we need to specify image as an asset image, as we are adding an image from the assets directory. And inside this asset image, I have added the location for the image, and it showed me with an exception. I'll try and restart. On restarting as well, it's showing us with the similar exception over here. So let me just see. I haven't added the image inside the assets directory, so I need to move the image over there. And after that, what I can do is I can directly hot reload the app. And as the app is hot reloading, let us create the rectangle 2. That's the second rectangle which we'll be needing. So I'll be copying the first rectangle from therein, and I'll be pasting it over here and after that I'll be changing the padding from top. The initial value was 150, so I'll be changing it to 320, and for the container height I'll be changing it to 85. I also need to change the colors. That's the color from RGBO, red, green, blue and opacity. So I'll be changing the values for that, and you can see the values which are specified according to the need for the UI. And the hot reload the hot reload is completed, and there you can see that we are displayed with the image of this woman, which was present in the assets directory, and two rectangles which we have specified earlier. But the thing is that we are still getting some border cut from the blue rectangle which we have specified at the bottom of this woman, so we will be fixing that later. To fix this, I need to add the border for this blue rectangle as well. So for that I'll be adding a container which takes a decoration and a box decoration inside that. For the box decoration we need to specify the border from all the sides. So for the border I'll be specifying it from left. So for specifying a border from a particular side, I can add border side, and I can add the color and width which I want to give to that particular side of that border. And saving it will be reformatting the code, and you can see that it has like taken the border from the left side only, and the right side is still to be worked on. So after reformatting, you can see over here that we need to add some padding to this as well. So I'll be clicking on the bulb over there, and will be choosing that wrap with the padding, and from all I'll be changing it to only. From top we need the padding of 300, so that it only provides us with the padding for this blue rectangle, and not from the earlier widgets which we have added over there on the top. And similarly, as we have specified the padding only from top, we need to do the similar thing from for the right side of the blue rectangle as well. So for that I'll be copying the padding and pasting it again, and now I'll be like changing the padding from top. The value would be 260, and for the border it would be from the right side, and the color and the width for this border would be same. So now you can see over here that the blue rectangle, the maroon rectangle and the woman image along with the semicircle on the top matches the UI which we have seen in the initial part of this video. And now I'll be working on the remaining widgets which we need to make to match up the UI which we have initially seen. So for that I'll be creating a column, enclosing it inside a padding, and the padding would be only the type of only, and I'll be providing the padding of left and right as value 15. Now moving towards the children of this column. So for the children, the first widget would be text which says get started, and for the style of this text it would be having a color of gray with the variation of 350. Next up I'll be adding another text which will be saying millions of people used to turn their ideas into reality, and after that I'll be adding some styles to it as well. So you can see that the text appeared on the top. I need to make the text appear at the bottom of the screen. So for that I'll be changing it a bit later, but after this text I need a row which says which will be having the main axis alignment as space between. And for the children of this row, at first we'll be having skip now, and some styles to that the text which we have added, that's skip now text. So I'll be adding the styles as well. Next up we are having a gesture detector which takes an on tap, which will be taking us to the next screen. So navigator.push and material page route over there, and for the builder it's underscore, and we'll be specifying the screen to over there, which we'll be creating in the upcoming videos, but yeah, I have specified it for now. And I can add a child for this gesture detector as well, and this child would be of a type container having an alignment of alignment.center. And next up height, decorations, and I can add certain decorations inside this container. So the border radius at first, and the color. So color would be of RGBO format only to match the color which we have added above. Next, adding some padding. So only the padding will be only from left and right side of value 24. And for the child, it would be of a text saying next, which will be taking us to the next screen basically. And I'll be adding some styles to it as well. Now I need to create a new screen with the name of screen2.dart file. So I have created a file for the same, importing the material.dart file and dart math as math. Next up, stateful widget creation with the name of screen2. And now I'll be importing that screen2 inside the screen1.dart file, where we have added that inside the navigator. So now you can see that we have the skip now and millions of user text appearing on the top of the screen only. So for that I need to add main axis alignment inside the column, which would be equals to main axis alignment dot end. And for the cross axis alignment, I'll be specifying it to the start. So you can see over here that it has moved the text to the bottom of the screen, where we can see that get started, millions of people text, and skip now and next button is appearing over there. And here you can see that for this text, it's not in an appropriate way, the second text which is saying millions of people. So for that I need to add some padding, and I'll be adding a padding of only for this particular text over here. And the padding would be from top 8 and bottom 24, so that it provides a space between both the widgets. And after the widgets which are appearing in the column, I'll be adding a sized box at the end, because I need to specify some space from the bottom as well, else it is not looking that great. So for that I'll be specifying the height as 45. And after saving, by mistake I have added it inside the row, so I need to cut it out and add it inside the column, and now it looks good. And yeah, we have completed the first screen for our UI. That is displaying two rectangles, a woman, semicircle, some text and some other widgets as well inside the screen. So this was pretty much it for this video. We'll be continuing with the next screen or the screen2.dart file in the next video, so make sure to check that out as well. If you got to learn something new from this video, then make sure to drop a like, comment down what you learned and what you would love to see in the upcoming videos. Share the video with the people in your community whom you want to help learn Flutter. So a new video is posted every alternate day, so make sure to subscribe to the channel as well to get all the latest updates. And make sure to check out Newton School and Launchpad through the link given in the description. So they are doing amazing work. Make sure to give them a try as well. And yeah, this was pretty much it for this video. I'll be seeing you in the next one.